Hey everyone, it's Dan from ProGuides here, bringing you a Crystal Maiden guide. Maiden is one of the more current popular 5s in the meta with a 53% win rate in pro-level pubs. How do you play this hero without going 3-20 though? In this guide, we'll go over the basics and how to abuse these elements to be useful on Crystal Maiden. Before we get into the video though, here's the question of the day. What is an underrated lane duo for Crystal Maiden? Now, let's find out how to play CM. There's no doubt that Crystal Maiden is good against summoners. She can frostbite their creep until their death for easy gold, which can render a hero like Chen useless. Another strong aspect of CM is that she works well with heroes that love to receive mana, but have low mana pools, like Axe or Earthshaker. One of her best compliments is obviously Jug, because of his low mana pool and because she greatly benefits from his heal. It is really nice that these heroes are starting to come back into the meta as well. In addition, she can easily clear stacks if she's too far behind and needs gold with Freezing Field. Her ulti is capable of wiping the enemy team if uninterrupted. That is why abusing her ulti from Fog is like being invisible and ulting if the enemies have no detection, which helps allow a long duration ulti. This is especially nice if the enemy team has only targeted lockdowns such as Willow or Rubik. Her AoE Nova strikes multiple heroes, which will add up to considerable damage throughout the game. What is notable is that she can safely push out waves with Nova, meaning she can be in Fog while pushing out waves, which enables her to get farm and force the enemy team to react to the lane she is pushing. A cool bonus is that she can be set up for certain heroes with her Frostbite that can lead to chain lockdown, can cancel Link-ins with her low cooldown Frostbite, and can safely de-ward with the vision granted by Nova. It is no secret that Crystal Maiden is a weak lane partner. Sadly, this means that a Crystal Maiden that is out of position for a fraction of a second could be dead. On top of that, her high mana cost spells means that she runs out of mana after only using a couple of spells. From the early levels, that specifically means her arsenal is 1 or 2 spells that she can cast before her mana is fully out. Later on, her ability to teamfight is okay with Nova and Frostbite, but she can be underwhelming if she dies before getting an ulti off. Unfortunately, her ulti is incredibly easy to cancel. Crystal Maiden hates Pudge, Slark, and any other heroes that gets on top of her because she can't escape from these heroes due to being one of the slowest movement speed heroes in the game, having low armor, having low HP, and having no mobility. Another vice is that she doesn't have hard lockdown, so any hero with great mobility can reign free, like an Ember Spirit. In addition, she isn't great at setting up kills for this reason, especially because Frostbite is only 550 units. With this short range, most enemy players will be able to react to a CM walking up to them trying to Frostbite in clear vision. You would want to start the game with 2 sets of tangos, 1 salve, and 3 mangoes. Add a sentry to block the hard camp in case they have heroes that want to control or eat creeps such as Doom or Enchantress. The 2 sets of tangos is necessary because you should give 2 tangos to your mid. A salve is a nice addition of regen that sustains you longer in lane. You can also keep buying salves for you and your core. This can help you win the harass battle against the enemies. 3 mangoes is necessary for the amount of spell spam that you will use on Crystal Maiden. She uses only 1 or 2 spells before she's completely out of mana at level 1 and 2. As for the early game, Tranquil Boots, Magic Wand, Raindrops, and Soul Ring. Soul Ring will allow you to have mana to cast your full level Nova and full level Frostbite without having to max Arcane Aura. Add a Bracer for extra tankiness. Core items: buy a Glimmer Cape or a Force Staff depending on the enemy team's composition. If there's a Clockwork, for example, absolutely go Force Staff first. But if the enemy team has more magic damage like a Necro or Veno, then definitely Glimmer before Force. However, make sure to get both no matter which one you choose first. These items are such value for your cores because they can repeatedly save them from death with these items. After these core items, you can start getting luxury items like a BKB, Ags, or Hex BKB is great for setting up your ulti, and Hex is a great addition of hard lockdown for a CM. Ags is something that you would get after BKB and Hex, mainly because the upgrade isn't justified to get before items like Hex or Shiva's, and also due to the fact that you could get an Ags upgrade from Roshan rather than purchasing it yourself. In a majority of games, I suggest maxing Nova before Frostbite. By maxing Crystal Nova, even if you're super behind, you can contribute to fights with Nova by spamming it. The ability to push out waves makes a difference too, because the enemy team is forced to react to your presence. On top of applying pressure with Nova, you're able to get farm by pushing out waves. That being said, there are games where maxing Frostbite is better, such as when the enemy doesn't like being rooted, like an SK, Faceless Void, or Quap. The talents that you go are going to depend mostly on the game, but getting plus 200 HP, negative 3 second CD for Nova, plus 200 attack speed, and plus 240 Crystal Nova damage are the most common. Only go for the plus 50 freezing field damage if you have a BKB, and plus 1.25 second added duration to Frostbite if you need the root lockdown. Crystal Maiden is one of the harder supports to play because it is too easy to be useless on her even during laning. If Maiden is against a strong current meta matchup, such as a Legion commander with an Earthshaker, she will have a hard time providing any utility in the lane. Legion is able to purge off all of her spells, and Shaker can close the distance while getting on top of CM to kill her. This extends to any aggressive heroes that are able to purge her spells. It will feel incredibly hard to lane against such heroes. Obviously, this is a losing matchup where no matter what spells you press on the enemies do way more damage than you do. One of the ways to deal with this, besides dodging the lane, would be to pull the neutral camp all the time. Don't stop pulling, because the support will have to deal with you pulling, which gives your core a chance to get some CS. That being said though, if you're with a Jug, you should push your combo to the limits. Most of the time when Maiden is paired with a strong lane partner, she should apply as much pressure as her spells allow. Engage the enemies with right clicks when you can turn around into a Nova while they walk towards you. At this point, if they try to hit you, you will win the trading war. Once the Nova duration wears off of them, walk back slightly if they're trying to harass you. This back and forth trading will eventually lead to a kill once Jug sees that they are low enough to go on with a spin. Make sure your Nova comes in sync with spin. It is easy to preemptively use this spell as a means of harass. Since many spells are being used, make it a priority to get plenty of mangoes, a magic wand, and a soul ring as quickly as you can. Abuse the fact that you're in a strong lane, because this can snowball into ganking other lanes with your power spike. As sad as it may be, it is not uncommon that Crystal Maiden may potentially be playing from behind. If your lane partner is feeding, don't go in trying to save them. It is easy to fall into the trap of, my core is stupid and I died defending them. Don't defend a core that is being overly aggressive. Instead, you can stack camps for your core and ask them to jungle once there are at least 2 different camps stacked twice. Alternatively, you can completely ditch your core, purchase a smoke, and immediately walk into the mid lane for a kill, or TP to another lane to go for a kill. Before leaving your core though, it's very important to place an observer ward for them, so at the bare minimum, they can farm the jungle without getting ganked. Don't worry if these rotations don't end up in kills. The most important thing is that you're applying pressure on the map and forcing the enemy team to react so that your core gets some space. Your core can now get way more farm as a result of you going elsewhere to apply pressure. After the laning stage is broken down, CM likes to be with her active cores. This way, she can farm the dead lane, de-ward safely, and ward aggressively. As a bonus, she also has the capability of getting gold by being able to secure kills by using spells. This means surveying the area for heroes that can kill you and casting your spells as far as they can possibly go without you being in danger. Additionally, taking advantage of high grounds will help secure engagements with the enemy team because you're able to take the enemies by surprise. Thanks for watching this guide on how to play Crystal Maiden. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I truly hope you enjoyed and learned something from what CM's strengths and weaknesses are. Please subscribe for more content like this. You guys are amazing, and I hope these counters will help secure you some sweet MMR playing everyone's favorite Maiden.